Oh, good.
And we're live. What's up, players in chat?
Hello.
Howdy doody. We was waiting on Pekka to get back. There he is. But welcome everybody to another Sunday D&D session. We are now episode 61 of our homebrew campaign. Unfortunately, Namaris cannot be with us this evening, hence why we have a Namaris picture instead of a camera. She has a work due on tonight, so I will be making her rolls for her if she needs to roll for anything. She probably will not be involved in a lot of RP because I cannot do her accent one iota. But she will be around. But anywho, we're getting close to the conclusion of the story, I think. I mean, I'm not sure how long it's going to be. We could be 3 sessions away, 10 sessions away. We just don't know. So if you are a regular viewer, now is the time to be here almost every Sunday if you can, because things are going to get interesting. And you don't want to miss out on some of the things that are coming up. In saying that, YouTube is there, ! YT in the chat will give you the YouTube link, which will give you all of the VODs for our show, for this one and the Curse of Strata, of course. What's up, lady? Welcome back. Good to see you again in the chat, of course. One of our regulars. What we got here? We're closing. We've just hit last week. Just want to tell everyone we hit 24,000 live views as well. So that's growing every week. We're at 24,149 live views since we started the D&D stuff. So we're just cranking through it, which is awesome to see. So appreciate everyone's support. Even if you can stop in even for a few minutes, it all counts in the analytics and keeps everything running forward. So obviously, if you can follow, hit the follow button. If you can sub. If you can't, don't worry. We just appreciate you coming in and hanging out and enjoying the show. Don't forget you had channel points as well to give luck or inspiration to the players or the DM. And also, too, you can guide the raid with channel points. You can name an NPC in the homebrew campaign with channel points. I will be disabling that feature probably the next session or two, as we are coming towards the end of the story. It'll be harder and harder for me to fit an NPC in somewhere. So probably in the next couple of sessions, we will be disabling the name generator channel points. But you can still give luck, inspiration. You can guide the raid. You can highlight a message. You can unlock a emote if you're not a sub. All that sort of stuff is all there. But without any further ado, we should redo our recap from last week and get into tonight's session. So, team, last we left off, you had emerged from the underground into a free life. I don't think so. Nice try, Baz. I could turn it into a health. I could turn it into a health pot or something, maybe. Free health pot might work. So last we left off, you'd entered the lower levels of Bareford Keep. We had discovered a portal to the Hells and fought several demons. Backtracking through the corridors, you found yourselves in another large room with several stone coffins. After breaking the seal on one of them, a creature rises and attacks. During this combat, noises start coming from the other coffins, and eventually 2 more undead break free. Once again, the forces of evil are no match for the Lions, and you manage to defeat the 2 lessers by practically destroying them completely. Though unable to fully destroy the larger of the 3, you search the place and discover a scroll written in Old English, it seems, but you were able to decipher that Lord Hendrik Bareford had these creatures brought to his keep, and figured out that this one was unable to be killed and had decided to seal it in this chamber. So after some discussion, it was decided that maybe the best course of action was to take it back to Lord Hendrik's tomb and seal it within. And with the aid of Fiela's ability to shape earth and mold stone, she sank the large tomb into the earth and encased it in stone. Confident that this creature would not be able to escape, you then return to the surface. After camping for the evening, you search the ground some more in an attempt to maybe find another way to access the other side of the large room you were in. But unfortunately, you did discover a stairwell, ultimately, which led to a collapsed tunnel, or a collapsed corridor. So, it was at this point we will rejoin the party. It's still mid-morning. It hasn't really been too far gone since you woke. Fiela has taken a little bit of damage as she woke this morning. I'd say that by this point, Fiela, you're not feeling very good. You're starting to feel the effects of this a little bit. So I'll allow you to make your first intelligence, nature or medicine you choose, to try and determine why you are feeling this way.
7.
You are unable to determine the exact nature of what's happening, but you do not feel very well at all. Everyone else...
We're just woken up?
Yeah, you've searched. You've been awake for a while. You've been searching the ruins, and you found a stairwell.
Could I do a perception to see if I'd notice...
A deception? No, you can't use a deception.
Perception.
I was just getting to that before you rudely interrupted me.
Okay.
I'll get everyone else to roll a perception roll to see if they notice any changes in Fiela's demeanor and or appearance.
15.
15 from Alessandros. Het.
17.
17 from Het. Sadiq. With his great perception that he has.
4.
Unfortunately, Sadiq has got something else on his mind for some reason. Maybe Ali's birthday, or the fact you didn't find Thorfi or something, but he seems preoccupied. But Het and Alessandros, you both notice that Fiela is sweating quite badly this morning, and her eyes are rather bloodshot as well.
I thought we patched things up with Fiela, didn't we? Or you did?
Well, I mean, she's got a lot to go through, but I don't think that's the cause. That she doesn't look very well. Het rolls over to Fiela. Yildri, are you all right?
I probably feel a little...
You do feel
nauseous, you said before?
Yeah, you've got stomach cramps, and you just... you probably got by this stage, you've probably got a pretty bad headache too.
I think it's something I ate, or... You didn't put old goblin meat in the stew again, did you?
No, I did not. I would not. I mean, I suppose I would, but I wouldn't. I haven't at this stage. Might I try something to help?
Have you got anything for a headache or stomach?
Maybe. Scully. And Het picks up Scully and he holds a symbol and he says...
With the giant eyeball still in its mouth.
Giant eyes.
Oh no.
He'll be back. There he's back.
God damn it.
You're back.
Mother of mercy, cure what ails, and cast Lesser Restoration to see if that makes any difference.
Lesser Restoration? Yeah, almost immediately, Fiela. What does Lesser Restoration cure? Just so I'm clarified, because
can either cure one disease or one condition afflicting it.
So it doesn't cure it doesn't decurse?
No curse, no.
Okay, so While for an instant you feel kind of better, within moments that waves of nausea come back. It hasn't really seemed to make much difference.
Like,
Okay. Well, with my, can I just examine you, Yildri?
Roll a medicine check if she allows it.
okay.
He's getting his hands on a natural
Bow
fucking
chicken
20.
brown cow. Natural 20 medicine
So
check.
that is 27.
Brown chicken brown cow. So with the natural 20, as you get her to stick out her tongue, you have a look at her eyes, you feel her head, and as she sticks out her tongue, you notice her tongue's starting to take on a very greyish, greenish tinge, and the corner of her lips have also started to turn a very sort of greeny grey colour as well. And with your natural 20, you have been able to determine that she is cursed. You're not 100% sure what the curse is, but it's definitely affecting her health, and she has taken some damage, and even with lesser restoration, you've probably been able to determine that until this curse is cured, she's going to continue to take damage.
Okay. Oh, good news, Yildri. I know what this is.
Oh, good.
So, do me a favor. Hold Scully.
Okay.
Okay. Don't have to look at Scully. Hold Scully away from you like this. Open Scully's head and look at the compass. And when you face the compass to north, and tell me when you're there.
Okay.
Okay, now close your eyes. And while she's doing this, Hit grabs the last scroll of Remove Curse he has in his backpack.
Okay.
And he opens it up and he says, "Now repeat after me." And he says the spell within the scroll.
And you repeat the words after Hit, and almost instantly as the last word is spoken, you feel 100% better. Your maximum hit points will not regain until you complete a long rest, however, but you will no longer take any more damage.
As she is saying the words, Hit, right at the end of the spell, we also use prestidigitation to make the skull warm up a little bit and little sparks come off the top of it as if something's happened.
How did you? That's amazing. How did you know that?
Well, Scully is, and I'll just remove curse from my backpack. Scully is imbued with all sorts of magic now. Might I have her back?
Oh, it's a she. Okay.
Oh, well, I only assumed because the mouth is so large.
Ooh. Bird.
Yeah.
We won't go down that road.
It is a human skull, is it not?
It is.
Okay, and Hit puts Scully away.
And with that, Fiel, you are feeling much better.
Thanks, Het. I give him a big hug.
Oh. Hit sort of reciprocates, but cautiously.
Very awkward hug from Het. Which is not uncommon for Het to hug awkwardly.
He still thinks she's angry, that's all.
And bite his arms off. No.
So with that, you are feeling much better. Now the day is yours to do whatever you wish to do. Your next course of action, whatever it is up to you.
I guess we're gonna have to make our way back to Valand for Ali's birthday. So I've got to hire a band, or Het knows a band, maybe.
Het is a band.
Yeah, Het is the band. So
Sadiq, was there anything else you wanted to accomplish here before we retreat?
Nah, no, I don't think there's anything else here.
Sorry, Namaris, that we couldn't find Thorfy here.
She's awfully quiet. She's in the type when you were dealing with Fiala, she'd sort of moved away from you slightly and had taken a seat, crossed her legs with her sword in front of her into the ground, or not unlike a cross in front of her, and was just in sort of quiet contemplation, almost a meditative state. Which is not something you guys haven't seen hit, probably particularly something you haven't seen her do since long before she went missing, per se, when she was a frequent visitor of Temple of Helm, which is something she hasn't done since she returned.
With Thorfy, everything, maybe we should just give her a little time to process her thoughts and stuff.
That is fair.
But she does sort of turn back to you guys and says to you, like, I'm ready to go whenever you are. Just you let me know and we can head back. When I get back to town, I think I'm going to visit the temple for a while and maybe just see if Helm can offer some insight into possibly where Dad is gone, maybe.
Alright, I'm gonna check my hard case and look inside and shut it and then say I'm ready to go. And wherever you guys are you wanting to fly back, or do we rent some horses? What do you guys want to do?
Do you feel up to flying?
I mean, I can. It's not very far.
You know it's going to take about 4 to 5. It's going to take that 4 to 5 hours flight time from. It's pretty much what it took you to get here. Because knowing what happened on the way through, you know you're probably going to take a little bit of a detour out and around the coast of Paham. So it will take you a little longer, just to avoid that potential threat on the way back. But you're feeling up to it. I mean, transforming into your natural form is a natural thing, so it's not going to take any effort.
Yeah, I mean, I can do it. I don't want to get shot at again, but what do you guys think?
I'm easy. Do you think maybe do we walk or trek till we were away from the area where you were being shot at, and then fly?
Yeah, where she was shot at was on the outskirts of the city of Paham, which is about an hour or so from where you are, and it was along the coast. So to return back to the way you guys came, you can either go inland or you can go further out around the coast. So the choice would be yours.
Ella, you're good at tracking and traps. Is this a good idea? Or straight fly, or should we walk a bit first?
I reckon we walk a bit first.
Yeah, wait,
Right.
how far away are we from
You do have a map.
place that
So
launched?
yeah, so just to show you on the map, you guys have the aid of the map. You're at Beerford Keep, which is here. Where you were shot at was on this coast, below Paham. As you crossed over from Valand and crossed over the coast heading inland, that was the coastline where you were shot at. So you've got the choices you have. You can go down the centre of and go inland and go around that way, or you go straight south and out over the ocean and fly into Valand from the ocean side. So essentially you've got a couple of options. You don't really need to walk anywhere because the area that you got shot at was, I said, it's a couple of hours away flight time for Eldry.
Do you guys like ocean view or forest views?
Yeah, we'll go the ocean view because Ellie loved it last time.
I did what now?
If we fall off too, falling into the ocean, I mean, it's still gonna hurt, I guess, but not as much as the forest floor.
Very true. All right, ocean it is.
Ocean. So I'll go transform into Ildry and wait for them to
Oh,
get the
and
rope.
we could also scare some boats. You could get low and be like, "Roar," across the top of boats. That would be awesome.
Like
It could
freeze
work.
a road across the ocean.
We want people to like her, not hate her.
Yes, or bow down in fear.
No, we don't want that.
Okay.
So,
Be nice, but no.
is it agreed that a more coastal approach, so out over the ocean?
Yeah.
So you transform the lengths of rope lashed around Ildry's sort of neck and shoulder area, so that the passengers may hold on without fear of falling off. And the four of you clamber aboard, and Ildry lifts off into the air. The great white silvery leathery wings beating slowly at first to gain height, and once you reach sufficient height, you start heading southward towards the coast. You're not in any rush. You know you've got plenty of time, as you can now hold your form. Because what level are you now? 12? Almost 13?
I think so.
Yeah. So you can
Yes.
now hold your dragon form as you're getting stronger, as you're sort of building strength. You can now hold your dragon form for six or up to 7 hours, we'll say. So you can actually hold your dragon form a lot longer now before having to revert to the lesser form, which is easier to maintain. So you are a little leisurely today, there's no urgency to return, so you take your time. As you head towards the coast, about an hour into the travel, you cross a large sort of ranges, not mountains, not quite high enough to be mountains, but what is Ildry's passive perception? Does it say on the stat sheet?
26.
Yeah, I was going to say, as a dragon, it'd be pretty bloody good. You do spy a large, as you hit the sort of peak of this range, as you spy a large nest. For you, I mean, you'd know it's a large nest. I mean, to your passengers, if they saw it, would be quite small to them. You know it's a good size. At that altitude, it's definitely a large bird of some description. And it is at that moment you hear a large squawk come from your left, and you spot this creature. When I open up,
Ooh.
you spot that creature, which is about half the size of you are. It is very large, and it is coming directly at you. At the same time, the rest of you would have heard this large squawk as well. It's very loud, not unlike an eagle screeching. And then you hear a second from the right-hand side, coming from behind. Slightly larger, the second one, and slightly more colourful. But they do not look friendly, and they are coming at you at this point. What do you do?
In spotting these birds, I yell to Ildry, I think we should make for ground. I really do.
You want me to dive?
Yes, dive!
I dive.
So
Hang on.
you dive, you head into a steep dive. You've yelled out to them to hang on, so everyone braces themselves as you head into a steep dive. I need you to make initially a dexterity saving throw, as the first of these large birds closes the gap and swoops across just above your head, swooping across. You guys said it comes in really close. It's not heading for you at this point. It's going at Ildry's head. So use your dragon stats for this.
Oh, okay, that'd be 15.
15. You manage to avoid it just as the creature swoops. And you manage to sort of fold your wings in and go into a bit of a steeper dive. Your passengers have to hang on for dear life as you make a sudden dip, but being roped and prepared for what's happening, you manage to hang on without too many hassles as this large bird swoops across over your head, comes through, and then swings back around in front of you, and the one from the other side now swoops in and is attempting to relieve you of your passengers. So I need you to make another dexterity saving throw as you try to avoid this bird from retrieving your passengers.
That's a 17.
Also managing to dip out of the way, maybe a half spin. You guys being hanging on for dear life, so I need all you guys to make a strength saving throw for me, please. Neymaris succeeds with a 19.
Hit also has 19. Yes.
Hit succeeds. Alexandros.
19.
19. Alexandros succeeds.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You all manage to hang on as Fiala ends up in a bit of a barrel roll to avoid this bird coming in. You are now probably 1,000 feet from the ground. You were up pretty high. You still diving? Still heading for the tree line?
I'm going to turn and face them and try to do a breath attack.
So you're going to
Yes.
puff out your wings to slow your descent, turn and face the two large birds as they've now swooped and repositioning themselves. Roll to hit on your breath weapon.
Well, it's a con save, so...
Con save?
Con save, yeah.
Just one moment. I need
90-foot cone.
DM,
you will be able to
just
get
a
them.
question.
Yes.
As she's doing hers, is Hit able to raise himself above and do his as well?
I will say at this point, let's roll initiative. Just to see what is going on here. I think we'll roll initiative because you guys should be able to attack from the back because she's now hovering, I would
so
say.
Tilted back
Yeah.
a little bit, but yeah.
So Neymaris will get her. She rolls a 15. Alexandros.
17.
17. Hits.
19 plus 2 is 21.
21. Nice roll. Fiela.
4.
4 with your dragon stats. That's terrible.
Oh, well, I didn't.
Yeah, I think your
Shake
initiative.
breathing in.
I think your
Hang on,
initiative should be +4. I think. So they.
That would be a 23.
Ooh, nice.
I think even with dragon stats, it would still be pretty low, so... let's
Yeah,
see.
I'm pretty sure the initiative's +4. So what did you roll?
I rolled a 4.
4. So
Well, no, I rolled a... Yeah.
4. So make yours 8. And they roll as well. So I'll give Fiela her initial as she's turned her initial blast first, and then we'll go into the initial order, which will have Sadiq at the top. So Ildri, you turn, stop, and release your breath weapon, which is a con save, you said.
Yes.
You will catch them both as they've both sort of now grouped, ready to swoop in together. One saves with a 21 and the other fails with an 8.
Actually, it's a 24 is the con save, so they both...
Oh, they both fail. Okay, they both fail, yeah. No, 24 is the save, so one got a 24 or 23.
Yeah, so,
No, 21, so they both fail.
yeah. And then that's a paralyzing breath, so...
Okay,
Paralyzing gas and 90-foot cone.
and what's the damage?
They're just paralyzed for 1 minute.
Okay, so they both start to plummet. As they both... wow, okay, I forgot about the paralyzing ray. Paralyzing breath. So as you release this paralyzing breath, both wings just lock up on these creatures and they just start to plummet. 2,000 feet in the air. Over a minute, they're going to plummet. I think it's 10 feet. Is it 20 feet per 6 seconds? Give or take. So they're gonna fall pretty quickly. I would say that they will hit the ground before their paralyzation would finish. So they're gonna take some pretty nasty damage.
Can I follow them down?
You can, if you wish.
Okay, I'll just follow them down.
With that, I mean, that pretty much ceases the initiative anyway, because they are paralyzed and falling. They let out an almighty squawk as you hit them with this paralyzing breath, but then they both just start to plummet. You follow. They hit terminal velocity at about 1,000 feet, and chances are they will not survive this fall. You know this.
Hit would have taken a deep breath in to ready to exhale. Yildry sort of let hers out, and he would have gone, never mind.
And as you guys are descending, following these two large birds, you watch as they just fall and eventually disappear into the tall trees below. I will roll their damage because this is a lot of damage. So falling that, I think it's a d6 for every 10 feet. And so there's a lot of d6. I'm going to roll 100 d6, even though that's probably not anywhere near what I need to roll, but I'm assuming that would definitely be enough. I'll roll once for them both. They both took 356 force damage as they both plummeted into the earth, and would probably be nothing but splatters against the rock and trees and debris of these mountain ranges. There would be nothing but a puff of red and feathers as they hit the earth. And that is the end of combat. I did not expect that to go that way.
They had babies. Should we take the baby eggs, guys, or?
You didn't see any eggs in the nest, but you did see a nest. You just know that you've probably inadvertently wandered into the territory of these large birds. Fiala, you'd probably know what they were. I'll get you to make a nature check, just to be doubly sure if you want to.
It's a 22.
You do know what these birds are. They are rocs. They're one of the largest birds of prey in the realms. Very territorial, very aggressive. They normally carry off ogres and giants for food. So they were definitely looking at you as food.
Wow, Yildry, that was awesome. What were those things?
Those were rocks, but
They sure felt like rocks.
yeah. Wow.
Yeah, that was a big setup, I know.
Yeah, they're not
But,
falling rocks, Drax, not flying ones.
Does anyone need any feathers for arrows? Because there's plenty here.
Yes, as you hover just above the trees, you can see the remnants of these two birds, and literally there's just broken, destroyed bodies and blood and gore and feathers everywhere.
Say, Fiala, Yildry, now you've seen them, you can become one of them, can you?
Yep,
Yes.
you certainly can.
That's a good point.
Just not now, okay?
I don't think the city of Ballond would like me to turn into that either. Probably.
Oh no, I was just thinking more, never turn into one in front of a dragon.
I just wanted to stop and talk to them. I didn't think about the gravity involved. So.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of, okay, would have been nice to talk, I suppose, but never mind. Aren't you supposed to be friendly with animals normally?
Yeah, that's kind of why I wanted them to just stop, but...
Oh,
Well,
you were
they
trying to stop
stopped.
them. Yeah,
They stopped.
they sure
Yeah, they-
did, Ali.
Yeah,
Okay.
they ain't going anywhere anymore.
Yeah.
Although I guess that's what a meteor would do too, really.
Kind of like self roasted chicken almost, really, if you think about it.
There's
So
not
that-
enough left to even roast.
No,
Yeah.
there's definitely not enough left. There's falling at that speed from that height. They're pretty much pulverized.
Okay, let's keep on going.
Off we
If
go.
we're, well, I mean, if we're ever attacked by anything that's flying again, that's a freaking good way to stop them.
This is very true.
Yeah.
Well, that
Kind of
did
like
not go as the DM intended, guys.
Sorry, I feel bad.
No, don't feel bad. That was awesome.
Does that mean we screwed the DM up again? Awesome.
That's great.
That wouldn't be a third time.
No, or a fourth or a fifth. But as you reascend back into the mid morning, early lunchtime sky, it is fairly windy up here today. So the wind is blowing. It is a little cooler than usual. Not raining. There's a bit of cloud hanging around, and you now fly out over the ocean. You see a couple of ships, small at this height. They're fairly small. To you, maybe one looks like maybe a merchant vessel. The other is probably more a fishing vessel, a little bit smaller. As you head towards the city of Voland, over the.
Perception check, see if they're in trouble or not.
You can't see from that height. Your perception's not that good. Ildry can, because she's got decent vision. You're on her back. You wouldn't be able to see a whole lot beneath you. Unfortunately, Alessandros.
I can try. I mean, I'm going. Damn it, can't see.
Make a dexterity saving throw to see if you can lean out to see.
Do you say that out loud?
If you wish to have a look, you would have to lean over using the rope. So strength or dexterity,
I did
and
dex,
then
yeah.
perception.
And then perception.
So what was your dexterity save?
21.
So you managed to hold on, and your perception at disadvantage.
Oh, disadvantage.
Yeah, you're about 4,000 feet in the air.
Okay, perception. You got a choice. You got 25 or 25. You choose.
Seriously? Wow. All you see is the small dot of what you think is a vessel, a shipping vessel of some description below you. You cannot make out exactly what it is. You can't see any details. All you know is it's possibly a boat. For all you know, it could be a dinghy at this height. Even with a perception of that high. Hey, if Yada wants to make a barrel roll.
I do, really do. But
You really
do I
do?
feel him wiggling or anything like that would?
You would
does it
feel.
say- Did you say out loud you want to see?
If you said it out loud, you can. But you would definitely feel someone lean out over the side of your shoulder.
Okay. Yes, I did say whatever I said out loud.
What is it you want to see, Allie?
I want to see down there.
Uh,
There it
you want me to go lower?
is. Okay.
Or I look down. Do I see the boat? I'm gonna try and go lower.
You've seen the boats. You know they're there. Do you barrel roll or do you just dive? Or do you do a typical jet maneuver and dip one wing and then descend?
I'm gonna say hang on, but then I'm gonna do like 3 little barrel rolls diving down.
Strength
Just
checks,
to-
strength saves from everybody at advantage because she did ask you to hang on.
Just because he's wiggling on top of me, and I'm
So Namaris got a 24, so she's okay. In fact, she's actually relatively enjoying herself at this point. Hit.
14.
14. You're struggling. By the third barrel roll, your grip is you're starting to lose your grip. You managed to hold on, but only just. Alessandros.
Okay, Sadiq next.
No, Alessandros.
No, do Sadiq. Trust me.
Alessandros.
So you did say with advantage, right?
I did.
5.
Shit. As you hit the first barrel roll, Alessandros, you lose your grip. And you are now falling.
Can I do a reaction?
I can give you a reaction. What are you trying to do as a reaction? You cannot shadow step because it is daytime. Not as a reaction. That would take you more than a reaction to retrieve a rope from your backpack or anything like that. Sadiq and Nemaris and Het, however, can have a reaction as they see you fall. Sadiq, I'll give you first crack. As what was your strength save?
My strength save was 17.
You are able to maintain your grip, but as you are gripping on, you notice Alessandros lose hers and start to fall. So I'll give you and Het, because you're all sort of grouped up together. So Nemaris is probably not in a position to do anything. So you and Het will both have a reaction to attempt to try and stop her from falling, if you wish. What are you going to attempt to do? Just reach out and grab her? What is your reaction?
I think she's behind me, so I'll probably try to grab her leg.
Okay.
Try to stabilize her.
So I'll need you to roll another strength check, not a strength save. So just a straight strength check. Just 17. You manage to reach back, and you don't grab her by her leg. You grab her by her belt as she slips sideways as the barrel roll. You manage to latch on to the belt of her pants. Even with the 17, with the barrel, because this is only in the first roll. So by the time the second roll hits in, inertia is going to start to kick in, and you're going to start to lose your grip. So Het, I'll give you same thing, strength check to assist. Or something.
I guess sitting positions, I would have felt like Het, and then Ali, and then Sadiq, and then Nemaris. I felt that's what we talked about one other time, so I feel like it would be too far of a reach back for Het.
Possibly, yes. You're probably not wrong.
So Het's looking back, but in all reality, I feel like he's just waiting to see what happens. Het will yell out.
Well, in that case, Nemaris probably is in a position to do something, so I'll roll a strength check for her. So, again, lucky for you, Nemaris has extremely high strength. She get a 26. She grabs you by the scruff of the neck as Sadiq grabs you by the belt. She reaches out and just clamps onto your cloak around your neck and just yanks you backwards, pulling you into her and then wrapping her other arm around you, stopping you from falling completely. You will lose 1 hit point as she whips you back with such force that it almost snaps your neck backwards, and it actually jars you quite badly. So you will lose 1 HP. But you are not falling, so you're lucky, very lucky. As the third barrel roll completes, I would imagine you'd be very heavy breathing about now. As you did descend about 500 feet in the 3 barrel rolls. You are closer to the ground. You would have felt what was going on your back, and you probably would have heard them screaming out, I would imagine as well, because I dare say Alessandros would have been screaming in sheer terror at the possibility of falling roughly 4,000 feet after seeing what happened to the rocks after falling from 2,000 feet.
Hildry says, "Oh shit," in Draconic, and then says, "Is everyone okay back there?"
Yes, we are fine.
Yeah, Ali shit herself.
Not on me, she did not.
Nemaris says, "I think she did. It's not. It doesn't smell too good back here."
Please press to digitate, or I'm stopping this ride right now.
Crap, you've got no seconds. Press the digitation. Done.
And with that, all is nice and clean and tidy, and you continue your journey. Do you continue to descend, or do you re-level out and continue heading for Volant?
I think we've probably got it close enough, so I'm going to kind of slowly level out. A little bit sideways so Ali can see. Make it a little tilted.
So, with that, you continue your journey. Ali, you can see the boats a little more clearly. Still not great. Still not massively clear. You can still tell they're boats, but you don't know exactly what type or how many people are on them. But you can see somewhat as Ildry tilts to one side, heading towards the city of Bellond. Dipping out of the cloud cover this time, so you are now visible to anyone that is out and about on the ocean. There's not too many ships about. There is a few as you're heading towards Bellond. So about this time you can now see the outskirts of the coast of the city. You can see the port. You're probably about an hour out. So it's up to you how you approach the city, whether you approach and fly straight in, or whether you come in lower and maybe walk into the city, knowing... I mean, they know who you are. The guard have been alerted to your presence. They know exactly what's going on, but you still do know that there are people out there that are not 100% on your side still.
I guess I'll land and then we'll walk in.
So you fly in low over the ocean and come into the coast to the southwest of the city proper. Roughly about an hour's walk from the place where you initially transformed and took flight from when you left. But you land safely. No other pot shots were taken. No other animals seem to be around in the area. Just the usual sort of animals around at this time of day, which is you get a few wolves sort of floating around, and deer and squirrels and rabbits and that sort of thing. Birds, just general birds. Nothing the size of the rock you've encountered this day. But after an hour, you reach the road that leads to the western gate of the city proper. As you reach the gate is closed. There are guard posted on the walls, manning heavy ballista. And one of them sort of yells down from the up, "Who goes there? State your business."
The Lions of Alond, who are entering to the guild hall, please.
Oh, right you are. One moment. Open the gate. Lions returning.
While this is going, I'm gonna tap Het and go, Het, would you be able to do something like the symbol of the Lions of Leon as we're approaching, so we don't have to keep on answering stupid questions?
Oh yes, I could prestidigitate that in some sort of...
Oh, come on.
He has to think about it.
It always picks the
There he
best
goes.
times.
You're good.
He's on him too.
You're good. You're back.
Stupid. Are you thinking something like a lighting effect that gives a big logo?
Yeah, the logo, and we are the Lions.
Yeah. Yeah, I can do that from here,
bit.
Forfeit.
And at the same time, we could also, you could, like, underneath, when Gala's in dragon form, put him
So
underneath her wings.
that
like
is the
give her
logo
tattoos.
you're thinking of?
You're not tattooing my wings.
No, but I could prestidigitation underneath these, so when people look up, they're like, "Oh, it's just the Lions." I get it, Sadiq. You are genius.
Yeah. So they know where we are. Who be there?
Should I make it like a black on white? Because Yildry's wings being white, black would stand out more, maybe.
Well, the symbol is black. It's the
If you
Order
did
of the Black
underneath
Lion.
her
So
wings, I reckon it would look really cool.
I'm not a wagon you put sponsorship on. I am a dragon.
It's just warning people that it's us, not to shoot at us,
Yeah, it's more of a warning, fearful we are coming through.
I could simplify it. It doesn't have to be.
There we go.
And as you guys are talking amongst yourselves, the gates, you hear the large the large barricade behind the gate being moved, and the large gates then open slowly as several guards on either side are sort of cranking big wheels to open the gates. So you can see that they're on almost like a a pulley system to open and close now. They've done a lot of work in the few days that you've been away. These gates are a lot heavier than they have been previously, and would definitely keep larger things out as well. The walls seem to starting to be fortified now as well. More ballista, more guard. It's everything's starting to scale up at this point.
Het leans over to Yildri and says, "It doesn't have to be fancy like the lion head. I could just make a black cross, just to mark us so they know."
I thought the last white dragon flying over would be enough of a knowing who we are.
It's possible, but
Apparently some people didn't get the memo.
True. Just,
The thing is, you do
I'm
get the
gonna go to the
impression
guild house, just
at
let me
this
think
time,
about it.
the guards that are sitting at the top of this tower, however, and a guard that you've not seen before, and you know with the increasing presence of new military being formed at the new barracks on the other side of the city and the new guard, there's going to be a lot of guard that don't know who you are. Even though they know of the lions, they're not going to know specifically who you are as you approach the town. The walls around the city are 25 to 30 feet tall at their tallest point. So this guy was 30 feet up looking down on you guys. He probably had no idea who you were. He's just doing his job.
Maybe we should have a matching armor or something.
Probably not a silly idea.
Like lion's colors or something.
Well, the armor I wear is for my order, so...
Well, I mean,
I guess we could have a cloak.
or
That could
like a
work.
tabard that hangs over top.
Yeah,
that's
that'd
true.
work.
Matching pink armor. Jesus Christ,
Oh.
Jax.
I can hit the clothier sometime today and look into that if you would like.
Yeah, why not? We'll do that.
A tabard that doesn't get in the way. We don't want to get if we put a cape or a cloak on, it could get caught up in her wings and...
It's a long one.
It is a long one.
Oh, this is a long one.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Ah,
there
he's
we
back.
He's back. There you go.
Oh, shit.
That was a long pause. He was having a think
Yes.
about it.
I don't know when to pause it, sorry.
It's all good.
Yeah, I was thinking if we had a cape, it could get sucked up in the wings through the backdraft and we could lose Ellie again. so a tabard, maybe something short that ties around both sides.
You would also know hit. I mean, you'd all probably know by now. You've been in the city long enough that Joyce Argett is the finest tailor in all of Verland.
I'm feeling like we should look at a saddle, maybe too.
Yes. We did talk about this, I think.
Yeah, we did.
I think we did.
I remember you talking about it, and I remember a certain dragon saying, "Hell no."
Yeah. Alley plummeting, yeah, kind of made it a little.
Oh, I would have had that under control. I was just waiting for it to fall right off.
Right, so with that, you start making your way towards the guild hall. Somewhat, I mean, you rested before coming in. Ildri's still, you're feeling better, but you're definitely still not yourself. You do need to rest to regain fully. But you wander through town, you run through city. As you approach the center of the city towards where the Mage's Tower is, things are bustling in the city. Going through the market district, there's plenty of people here, a lot more people than usual. You get the impression that maybe more people are coming to the city, knowing what's coming, believing this is the safest place for them. Coram did mention at one point that he was going to issue notices to the outlying villages and towns that Bellond would be the safest place to be in the coming months. So you can definitely see that is well underway. A lot larger military presence in the city. The new Dragon Scale militia has a presence as well, and as you walk through town, a group of 6 individuals, a couple of women and several men dressed in the militia uniform, and they're walking in formation. Just it looks like they're on a patrol, and the moment they spot you, Fiala, they stand up straight and they all salute as they pass by. Not a military, not an American style salute, just almost just straight up and hand to chest kind of thing. And you hear them, they all together hit their armor, and they're all wearing plate armor, so you get that real sort of fist on metallic. That's all in unison, so you get the impression that this militia is very well trained. They have the utmost respect for their leadership, by the looks of it, and they carry on their patrol. As you guys reach the guild house, Lionel Leonette is standing out the front in his full regalia, his full guild regalia. He's just standing out there. It's a nice day, and he nods and greets you as you guys return. Welcome home, Lions. Good to see you returning in one piece. Much has happened in the last couple of days. You might want to go see Coram at some point. He will fill you in.
Uh-oh. All right.
Get your rest first. No rush.
What got broken while we were away?
Nothing got broken.
Oh.
It's to say, there's much has happened. The walls are coming along, and the ballista are working well. We've had a couple of small skirmishes since you were gone. Small raiding parties. They seem to be testing the city defences, which is not something we didn't expect. The warding seems to be working well, as no magical attacks seem to have had any kind of effect at this stage. But I'm sure he would like to see you and fill you in himself. But your rooms are as you left, and again, welcome home.
Right. Do we want to rest, or should we go straight there, do you think?
I've actually got something that I want to go purchase, so I'll meet you guys there.
Namaris turns to you guys and says, I'm gonna head to... I think I'm gonna head to the temple for a bit. I need to... I just need to go to the temple.
Okay.
I'll catch up with you guys later. And you can see that she's not worried, but she's definitely not herself. So she decides to sort of turn and head in the direction of the Temple of Helm, which she knows over in the northern districts of the city. So she leaves you to whatever you're going to do. Sadiq, you wanted to do something.
Yeah, I want to go buy that leather thing that, I look at Ali and go...
Oh, you want to go look at getting something made, or see if you can purchase something?
Yeah, it's like, look at how she normally has the weapons held.
Yes, so her locked rapiers, they did come with a harness already that allows her to wear them on her back. That was part of what she had with them, but yeah, her bow, however, she just literally strings over herself like a normal bow. She just hooks it over herself. But now that can't be done with the Apollo's bow because it has no bowstring. So you could potentially get an addition made to her or existing harness, which would allow her to literally slot the bow into a piece on that as well.
Yeah,
on
I'll
her
probably
back.
get something to design that would interlink with what she's already got.
Yeah.
So if it goes over the shoulders and like across the chest, something that would like slide over.
Yeah.
That to hold on to the bow.
Yep, easily enough to that.
Like
Easy enough done.
Yeah.
Um,
Just a little harness, really.
so we'll say for sake of story, we don't really need to roleplay that. Something like that, they would probably have something there already that would serve your purpose. Might need a little bit of adjustment, take an hour or so to adjust, and probably only run you a couple of 100 gold, being purpose made. But it would definitely serve the purpose that you're trying to achieve, to make it easier for her to switch between her bow and her her rapiers.
Cool. And I just get to put it in a box and strung, and then take it back and throw it in my room.
Okay, done. So you are you going to meet them at Corum's mansion, or are you going to just wait for them to return? Because it'll take you about
I'll go there.
Yeah, it'll probably take you a couple of hours to do what you want to do. It'll take them an hour to get to Corum's mansion from the guild house. So you'd get there probably an hour after they've arrived, I would imagine, maybe an hour and a half. So they would be well into the conversation before you got there.
Yeah, that's okay.
But that works. So
I'll join later.
Yep. So Ellie, Het, and Fiala, you start heading towards Corum's mansion. You get to the gates. It seems that the rotation of guards, you know pretty much all of them now, his personal guard. They allow you through the gates. You head up to the door. You knock on the door as you normally do. His manservant, again, as usual, opens the door, says nothing, nods politely, smiles, leads you into Corum's office, where Corum is seated behind his desk. He seems to be filling out some paperwork. He's got a quill and ink. And as the door is open, he sort of looks up and waves you in and just carries on, finishes writing whatever he's writing. As you take your seat, he puts his quill down, rests back in his chair, folds his fingers and clenches his fingers together in his hand, and says, well, welcome home, Lions. Good to see you returning. Nemaris and Sadiq not coming?
Sadiq will be along later. Namaris needs to spend some time at the temple for a while.
So I assume that with that, Thorfinn was not at Spearford Keep.
No, he was not.
Any sign of him there at all?
I don't believe so, no.
It is a shame.
We don't think he's on this plane, Mr. Corum.
And what makes you say that, Mr. Het?
Well, I tried sending message to him. It's usually the case that they can reply, but we got the feeling through a couple of our activities that he may not even be on this plane.
That is entirely possible. What do you think he may have? What do you believe may have happened? I mean, all we know is that he went missing mere days after finding out that Nemaris had been killed. As it turns out, that was not the case. But do you think he may have maybe tried to go find her, like find her soul to return it to her body, or go after revenge for her death? I'm not sure. I mean, he knows combat. He's no stranger to it. So it would not be unlike him to potentially do something like this. But he is getting on in years. I mean, there is a chance he may have headed to the Shadowfell, possibly. But he would not be foolish enough to go there by himself, I would imagine.
I do believe we did debate that idea as well.
I will talk to those that remain at the Mage's Tower and see if maybe they can attempt another scry and see if we can determine. I mean, we've tried several times and we've just not yet been able to determine his location. But as I said, he is a powerful mage himself, and if he does not want to be found, he will not be found through magical means. But if he is not on this plane any longer, this would also explain why we are unable to find him. I will ask around, see what may be done to determine whether we possibly may be able to try. I know one or two things. I have several scouts that have the ability to plane shift. So maybe if we send the scouts out to different planes and maybe have them potentially scribe upon him and those planes and see what turns up. We'll send a message to you if we find anything in the meantime. But, news. The militia is coming along marvelously. We have several hundred new recruits, many eager to join and rally to the aid of humanity, which is good to see. Our troops are now 10,000 strong. We've had to expand our barracks in the north to accommodate, and we are now building barracks at the city of Paham, city of Beaufort, and in a couple of the other southern cities as well. So we'll be sending troops to those locations also. The city walls are being bolstered, the city gates. I'm sure you've noticed if you returned via the city gates, the gates have been reinforced and now have an opening and closing mechanisms, which will make it a lot harder for a breach. More ballista have been built and constructed. We have several dwarves working on a new design. They're more mechanical in nature rather than previous more manual firing mechanisms. So the series of pulleys and wheels to draw and fire makes them a lot faster reloading and a lot more powerful, it seems. We've had some successful testing with the few minor raids that we've had against the city walls in the past few days. We are expecting a larger force at some point. I dare say Asmodeus will attempt to weaken our resolve by sending a larger force against the city before he sends Kosas against us in a couple of months' time. But we are preparing, and we're preparing well. The warding seems to be holding up. We've not had any magical attacks thus far, but there are always ways through these. So if you hear of anything, do let me know, and hopefully we can alter our strategies to keep the wards up as strong as we can. So, Lions, what is your next course of action? What are your plans going forward? Are you to wait here and train, ready for this coming attack, or are you looking for other things to do?
I imagine the Mars would probably like to train for a bit. Any of you have something you want to do?
Training is a good idea. In our downtime, I guess. I've been working on a couple of medley songs too, to tell the tales of our great exploits.
That is good. That is good hit. People must know about the tales of the Lions of Alond and your successes and your failures. I mean, people are not infallible after all. You have had many successes and many not quite so successful, but still, you were all still here and still fighting strong. Your name will be remembered for a long time to come, I believe.
Also, Coram, you are cordially invited to a celebration we will be having in Allie, sit up, in for Allie's birthday.
Of course, I would not miss it. A birthday celebration is a great milestone in one's life. And young Alessandros, how old will you be on this day of your birth?
Old enough to know better, maybe.
She'll be 18.
The turning point in a young person's life. If only I could remember my 18th year. It was so many decades ago, well, millennia ago. Seems centuries. Unfortunately, birthdays for me these days are they all run together. I mean, when you've been as you would know, Ildri, once you've been alive for so many centuries, you generally just don't bother anymore. It all seems to run together. But make the most of it, young Alessandros. Your friends will be there to celebrate with you, I'm sure. As much as you may not enjoy crowds, I myself do not enjoy crowds either, but it doesn't need it. You don't need a crowd to celebrate such a day. Your nearest and dearest, your closest friends, people that appreciate everything that you've done, especially for this city. Even a dubious past can be forgiven. So, with that, you discuss backwards and forwards different things about the city and what's happening. Sadiq, you probably enter at about this point in the conversation. They've been back and forth for a little bit. You're coming in sort of right towards the end of the conversation. The butler lets you in. He shows you into the office, and Coram, Sadiq, there you are. We're almost finished our conversation, but please join us. Your friends will let you in on the progress of the city defences. And by the sounds of it, I'll see you in a few days or a week's time for Ellie's birthday party.
Yes, I was engaged in getting some things together for it.
Splendid. If you would not mind, Alessandros, I shall supply the refreshments for the evening, if that would be sufficient for you all.
Oh, that'd be wonderful.
Food and drink. It would be my pleasure.
We're just doing it at Guild Hall. So.
That is fine. I will make sure. I'll make the necessary preparations. I'll make sure that the food is of the best quality that Valand has to offer. Nothing spared for our noble heroes, shall we say?
That's lovely.
Ellie doesn't look like she's looking forward to it, but she really is, deep down.
Of course. I mean, when you spend as much time alone as one does, it is hard to accept such things. I can relate all too well. But you'll be fine, Alessandros. You will do fine, I'm sure. Your friends doing it out of pure love for a companion. As they say, you fight together, you live together, you die together. Why not celebrate a birthday together? So.
And you get presents.
With that, Coram says, and if there is nothing further that you wish to discuss, I do have other duties to attend. Feel free to drop by anytime with any news or information you need to pass on. But for the time being, I think well-earned rest is in order for the Lions of Valand. I have nothing of urgent nature that needs to be dealt with, so relax. Enjoy the city for a time. Make the most of it, as we all know what's coming.
All right. I have nothing further. We should probably get back to the guild hall. I don't feel as healthy as I should be.
Of course. I bid you good day, and we shall meet again soon. And he stands, rings a little bell on his desk. The door opens as manservant enters, opens the doors, motions you guys out, leads you to the front door. You return back to the guild house. Anything you wish to discuss on the way to the guild house?
You know, you guys don't have to throw me a party, right? You really don't have to.
You know you can actually like it. You really actually can.
I'm
Like-
pretty sure you Zone of Truth this, didn't we?
You did.
Yeah. You're on
I know
the
you
fence.
want something.
I'll see.
You'll get
That-
licked up. You love it.
See, you can even dance together.
What's that? I don't know how to.
Oh my.
It's
Well-
easy. I just cast a spell and say dance, and you just continually dance.
There you go. You'll be fine.
And continue walking in silence.
Right, so you continue your mid-afternoon walk back to the guild house. By the time you reach the guild house and your conversation with Coram, it's now reaching probably late afternoon, early evening. You would get back to the guild house, you would eat, drink, and probably retire to your chambers for the evening.
Before we do
Nomaris
the-
does not return, however. She remains at the temple. And hit when you unfreeze. Which should be momentarily. There he
Yeah.
goes. And he back.
Right. Yes, it's bad. It seems bad tonight. Yeah. So before we went to bed, Hit would have sat with the group, roughly dinner table time, I suppose, and he would
Yep.
have been saying, "I have been working. When we were on your back, Yildry, it was thinking, this is great for lyrics, for a song. Maybe something I could play at Ellie's party. But also, then the rock thing happened, and I started working on another song, and I kind of medleyed them together. I will play a little bit and see what you think." And he starts playing his lute, and he says, "Holding, whirling, flying, rolling, turning, diving," and he changes it. "Then you fall, and you're as hard as a rock, bam, 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 hard as a rock, bam, bam, going splat like a rock." What do you think?
I love it. That's amazing. What do you think, Ellie? Sadiq was even popping his head.
Yeah, it was great. Awesome.
Well, I can add the bit about you. I can say like, "And then Ellie fell right off, bam, 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 bam."
And from the
No.
background, you hear as Seth, your housecarl, is in the background, just clapping, nodding his head, and gives you a big thumbs up, big grin. He sort of pokes his head out from the kitchen door.
See, everyone will love it, Ellie. I will add you into the second verse.
So
Your name
before
will be
you,
sung.
before you find sleep for the evening, is there anything else you guys wish to achieve?
I'm even gonna in a half hour. I'm gonna just look at my case and then say I have to go. I'm really tired, and then I'm gonna run to my room and slam the door.
Okay. And with that, Fiala leaves rapidly and closes the door behind her.
Well, that was weird.
Yeah.
So, the three of you are left before the evening, before you wish to retire to your rooms. Is there anything you three wish to discuss with Fiala being out of the room?
No, I'm just going to slink up to my room with my head held down.
Yes, Sadiq, as Ellie's leaving, Hit says, "Sadiq, so the tabard, I will head into the tailor tomorrow and work on this tabard. We don't want to stand out in the middle of the bush, I guess. Should it be a specific color? What are you thinking?
Well, black and white. Yes.
I thought black and white too, but, if we are in the forestry, we would stand out pretty quick, as a target.
I don't want to disappoint your head, but I kind of stand out already. And, with your bright colors on your clothing, so you stand out pretty much. So I think it's really phased us before, so I don't think we should start worrying about it now.
Yeah, as Sadiq taps his armor and it goes ching, 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 ching. Yeah, he stands out.
Yes, I didn't consider that. Black and white it is. Not to mention, we pretty much put down anything that comes our way, so...
Yeah, and also, black and white means that the blood will be, easy to... Maybe red. Maybe black and red.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, maybe we should have red. Yeah, black and red might be better. Because that would be hard stains to clean out.
Yeah.
Do we make alleys black and brown?
Why brown?
Well, because she crapped herself when she falls off the...
You're not there, Fiona. Shh.
When she's scared and she craps herself. Yeah, it was a joke, but it's okay. It's a borrowed joke, too.
Yeah, it's not one of your best.
I just don't think you got it. Let me explain. So when you bleed...
And he froze.
And he freezes.
Always at the best moments. And he's back.
And he's back.
So when you bleed, it's red. And when you poop, it's brown, right? Red cloaks... Never mind. I can see this is going over your head.
But she never poops out of her chest.
Yeah, that's why it's a joke. Well, I mean, I suppose if you were stabbed in the right place in the long intestine, I guess it would come up through that area-ish. Nonetheless, good night. I shall see you tomorrow.
See ya.
And with that, you will retire for the evening. Namara still hasn't returned. You're not sure whether she's remaining at the temple or what, but she has not returned to the guild house before you guys all retire for the evening. And it's about this time we're going to take a 5-minute break, guys. It's a good time to take a break while they're all resting. We'll take a rest too. Chat, welcome to the channel this evening. Glad you guys could come and hang out with us. Magic, Lady Blue Jay, good to see you guys. Mr. Drax in the chat as well. We're going to take a 5-minute break, but we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. I'm back. Welcome, Raiders. What's up, Death? Tired as hell. Long stream or just a busy day, dude? Well, actually, it must be pretty late for you. Busy day. I saw the guitar in the Twitter. Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Been up since 5 a.m, dude. What's the time now? You've probably been up 24 hours. Yeah, I'm just talking to chat.
All right, okay.
It's 12 a.m, so God, man, you've been up for almost 24 hours. Crazy person. You would be, man. You would be. Cheers for the raid, bro. Appreciate it. We are just having a short break before getting back into the story.
Right. What are we doing? Who are we killing? Why are we killing?
Everybody. You're killing everybody.
Let's kill it. Let's kill this. Let's go kill some goblins with you know. I can't remember his name now. Damn it.
Edok.
No, not Edok.
Not killing
Ah,
Edok.
nice.
Oh. Well, that's a different campaign.
Killing goblins is so fun. Killing goblins.
There's
with my gun.
an anime called the Goblin Slayer, I think it is. That's what Karnos kind of reminds me. He's very focused on just this one thing. I must kill goblins.
Well, it's generally within
I like it.
in his nature. So.
Actually, not a bad anime.
What did I need to do?
Just like Karnos, not a bad guy.
No, he's not a bad guy, and soon
There's
he's
a
going to be a
raid.
Warforge.
I didn't know there was a raid.
Yes, we just had a raid from Deathvale.
Aw.
Hey, Dad.
Did we get a shout out for Deathvale in there somewhere?
Don't.
Doesn't
No,
look like
but-
it. Can someone grab that for me, please? Bye, Crystal. Oh, double shout out. There we go.
Yeah, he's worth a double shout out. I've
Definitely.
actually been watching some of his stuff when he's not playing Warcraft. That is.
Oh, come on. Warcraft's great.
Look, I tried playing it. I did the 30-day trial. Not my thing.
It's probably
Not my
probably
type of MMO.
it's probably a good idea you didn't get into it, because once you get into it, you usually get hooked pretty bad.
No, at the time I was playing Age of Conan.
Ah,
And
it's
I
probably
really
why
liked
then.
that. So
Yeah, I think it's one of those things that there's certain MMOs you get into, like whatever, Drax. World of Warcraft was the first MMO I ever played, so that was why I got really sort of hooked on that, because it was the only one I'd ever played before that. So a lot of people get into League of Legends and Dota and all that sort of stuff. RuneScape. There's a whole bunch of them out there now.
although I'm currently hooked on the crap. What's the name of the game?
That one.
Night of the Dead.
Yeah, it looked good. Watch you guys streaming it today. It looked pretty good. I'll probably
Yeah,
look into it next week.
For an alpha, I've got to say these guys know their shit, because there's not that many bugs.
It looked pretty
Well,
clean.
none that
Like I
I've
said,
had.
graphically it looked pretty good. Crafting and the building looked pretty solid too. So it looked pretty good. I was impressed.
Yeah, I like that they've kind of kept it simple, but at the same
You kind of
time,
have to.
you know, like some of them you sit there and like you use a rubber band to make, what was it?
At least they use rubber bands. And Scum, they're just a fucking box filler.
Yeah, they are. Box filler.
But the rubber band crafts into something that just absolutely makes no sense.
Well, at least it crafts into something
Crafts
rather
into
than being
something,
useless.
so use it.
Oh, they use them in
Yeah.
Scum now. About bloody time. What Cracky's talking about games and strange things. I was playing Assassin's Creed today, and I found it was one of the little side quests, one of the world events, and I found a dude in Leicestershire, wherever it was, Leicestershire, sorry, and he was making sauce, and he called it the Leicestershire sauce. And it failed miserably, and then he said he was moving to Worcestershire, and he was going to be damned if he'd name his sauce after that poultry town. I'm thinking, like, seriously, you have to put a reference to Worcestershire sauce in this fucking game. But then to top it off, I found another event where a dude by the name of Otto Sluggerson, who had a very strangely a very American accent, carrying a baseball bat with nails driven through it, hitting rocks at armor, which I thought was rather interesting, that they've just these random references from different things. You'd expect to have references to like Ragnar and certain figures in Viking history, but to have a American dude with a baseball bat, I thought was pretty funny. But yeah, the whole Leicestershire fucking sauce thing was, I thought, really? It was kind of funny, and the sauce was black too, so it was kind of like, fuck's sake. You know the one, Magic? Yeah, when I first did it was like, I love Worcestershire sauce. It's one of my favourite. Black sauce has always been my favourite. But just to have that in the game, I thought was pretty funny. But anywho, we should get back into our story. So
There's a story?
I think there is a story somewhere here. As you guys awake the next day, the day comes, another day, light drizzle today, but it's not cold. As I said, we are pretty much, I think, leading right into the early summer months of the realm. So these would be like the sort of late spring rains. So it's warm, but it's overcast and drizzly today. But you wake, you breakfast, you have whatever, you go through your breakfast rituals. Fiala, did you want to do anything inside your room prior to coming down?
Hey, I'm making it like so you can see that like dry ice effect under the door of my room. Is what you see.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure because we had discussed this, so I'm not sure how much you wanted to divulge. But yes, so as you guys probably would wake before Fiala does. She had a pretty rough day of things the day before. She's probably slept in a little bit. But yes, as you pass her door, you do see that that icy sort of effect coming from under the door. A little bit of that sort of smoky look as the cold air coming from under the door is hitting the warm air of the hallway. But the day is yours.
So we noticed that at Fiola's door?
Yes, you would.
I'll knock on Fiola's door.
Hello? Yeah?
Everything okay in there?
Yeah, everything's fine. I'm good.
That doesn't sound like everything's fine.
Everything's fine. I'll be down in a minute. Maybe an hour. Maybe half an hour. Thank you.
Okay.
It's like
You asshole, just read the chat.
that maybe that's what happens when she snores. We should just leave it alone.
So the rest of you descend down the stairs back into the main guild hall, prep for breakfast, eat, and about 30-40 minutes later, Fiala does descend and join you guys.
Are you feeling good this morning after, been healed up a bit yesterday?
Yeah, I'm feeling fine.
Yes, and your max HP would return to normal after a long rest.
So, what was that seeping out from the doorway? Your room?
What?
Okay, never mind then.
Do we need to go shop? I need to go shopping, maybe for some
Uh,
stuff.
I need to go to the mage temple, whatever you want to call the
The
damn
Mage's Tower. The Arcanist
get-
Pot Room.
thing. That thing.
Mage Temple.
Yeah, that. To get some things identified.
Ah, yes, you do. You all do. You all have items that need to be identified. Het's carrying one. I think Sadiq was
Yes.
carrying one or two. I think you've all got some bits and pieces.
I think I got the rod.
Yes.
No, I got the rod.
Who got the rod? I think Ali got the rod. Namaris had the pouch of sand,
Yeah.
which I would say for the purposes of this, she gave to you, Alessandros, to get identified.
Okay.
I would say the way Yildri's door was steaming, she got the rod.
You weren't in there, Hit, so I don't see how that happened.
Oh,
I never said
wow.
it was mine.
Guys.
You knew it was going that
I knew it
way.
was coming.
It always turns
Does he-
bad.
Yeah, I just sipped my coffee.
So, I know Het wanted to go to a tailor to get talk about a tabard.
Yeah, but if they're all going to the identify place, that's where Het will go first.
Okay, so we'll do that first. So, after breakfast, you gather your items ready to be identified, and you head out to the Arcanist Pot Room. As you get there, things are a little changed in the Arcanist. A lot of the same people are still there. Like the lady that you normally speak to on the counter, the front to a reception area, if you will, she's still the same. But not many acolytes, or those in the lesser acolyte robes, as you have previously seen. Some that you've noticed that were in those robes now in new robes in the city's colours. So you'd probably understand, and maybe Fiel as well, being casters, that they've probably ranked up somewhat or have moved to the next level in their training, possibly. But a elven gentleman, long dark hair, very very tall, 6'2", 6'3", looks hard to tell what his age is, but he looks like he's in his early 30s. He comes up again. He's wearing much the same robes, but it has a gold trim around the edges. And he walks up to you and says, "Greetings. You are the Lions of Elond, I am told. How can I help you today? Oh, by the way, forgive me. My name is Arwen. And
So,
I am
what-
one of the newer appointments at the tower.
What happened with the chick that had the other appointment?
What other appointment?
Well, your position.
We're not entirely sure. She just vanished one evening and never returned.
Okay.
We're not
That's
entirely.
weird.
Yes, it is very weird indeed. But no matter. How may I help you today?
We have some items that need identifying.
Of course. And for the
Please.
lions, this is no trouble. If you would follow me. And he leads you to a small chamber. And which has a small table and a few chairs, a few books lying around. And he sits down at one of the chairs and motions for you all to have a seat. And which items would you need identifying today?
Okay, so the first thing I have is this rod.
That's a bit inappropriate pulling your rod out in front of guests. But
Yes.
I mean,
it's if you he no, he doesn't blush. If you would place all of your items on the table here, we can probably identify the whole lot at once for you. I'm a little more advanced than my predecessor. So Hit puts the eyeball on the table, the bag of powder, the rods, and what else was there?
A ring.
The ring, that's right. He stands and looks over the items, holds both hands about 3 or 4 inches off the top of the table. Looks up and outwards, and then eventually watches eyes as they roll back in his head and then turn over completely milky white, start to glow a very slight arcane blue. You also see that arcane bluish purple energy radiate from his hands. And as he sort of is there for maybe 4 or 5 minutes, and then he releases his hands, his eyes roll back and come back to colour, and he sits down and he says, some interesting items you have here. The rod, a movable rod. That button there, if you place that rod in a position, in the air, in a rock, anywhere, click that button there and it will not move. It will stay stationary and will hold a great number of weight.
Okay, I pick it up and I try it.
So you just hold it up in the air and click the button?
Yep.
It's your new dragon holding stick.
And you hold it, click it, and you put all your weight onto it, hanging up,
Yep.
and it holds your weight. You lift your feet off the ground, and it holds you there, hanging in the air.
This is cool. Can I get more of them?
Well, if you could probably buy them, but they are reasonably expensive. It's a very rare item. You're probably lucky to find one in this realm, to be honest. We don't see many of them.
This is really cool, though.
It is extremely. It comes in handy for a number of things. The ring. Ring of Lightning Strike.
While Ali's just sitting there, I'm going to push the button.
And you go kaboom on the ground. You take no damage.
Do I notice this?
Possibly. But you've got both hands hanging from the rod, so chances of you reacting to that are pretty slim.
I mean, I could always...
You got featherfall, you're not going to hurt yourself.
Yeah, true. Alright.
But you do drop suddenly and float gently to the ground. So Sadiq doesn't quite have the effect you were hoping, but it's still funny. With that, the ring is identified as the Ring of Lightning Strike. Handy, interesting ring. It can do a little bit of damage. The powder. Now that is a very interesting powder, and I can't remember what it was called. And I think Nutty's got that written down. But it is in D&D Beyond as well. She'll let you know what that is. But that will come in handy for rogues. It's like almost like a flash powder. And the eyeball. Now this is very interesting. The Arcanist would be interesting in procuring this particular item if you were wishing to sell.
Oh, hell no.
This is the Scrying Eye. It gives you the ability to scry on individuals without the use of the material components usually that comes with such a spell. It does have a limit, but you are able to scry, I believe, once a day. And I believe that it has the ability to, if you get lucky, there's a small percentage that you may be able to scry across planes with it.
Oh, that's handy. He picks it up and puts it back in Scully's mouth.
But as I said, if you are ever in the market for selling such an item, the Arcanist would be most interested in purchasing.
Once we've dealt with Kosis and the rebel, I might consider it then.
Of course, of course. Is there anything else that we can help you with this day?
Yeah, I've had this itch for a while. I was just wondering if maybe you...
Not here yet. No, you need to go see a doctor about that.
Okay.
Yes, you would probably have to
bad.
see a medical practitioner for such an issue. I believe there are creams and salves for such things.
You can always just go with removing it in the first place.
Amputation does work as well.
No.
Yeah. I don't know what they think I'm talking about with my shoulder. I think it's because these shoulder pads are too tight. And I was wondering if I had something in the magical shoulder pad sort of area. Do you sell something in the way of shoulder pads that is magical that might not ride so much on my, armpit area?
Most magical items are very fitting and do not cause such an itch, I believe. But I don't believe we have anything at the moment. No.
Alrighty then.
A lot of things are being afforded to the military for the war efforts, for the incoming incursion. As you well
That
know,
makes sense.
we are on the verge of a great battle. Of course, you'll be spearheading the main event, as it were. But the rest of the military have depleted a lot of our stocks. So we are a little light on magical items at the moment. But if you are in need of identification or such things, please do visit again. We are only too happy to help the Lions. You're muted, Trad.
What about the destruction of magical items?
Destruction of magical items. It can be done. It is a difficult task. It is very expensive. It does require a diamond worth 5,000 gold to complete and takes 5 days. And there would be additional cost on top for the time, as it takes 4 or 5 mages to complete the ritual.
What do you want to destroy, Ali?
I pulled the ancient dragon tooth dagger from my belt.
Now, why would you want to destroy such a weapon?
Just so it can't
Would that
be
not-
used against...
Would that not serve you in the coming battle?
I have my blades.
Well, if you were wishing for this weapon not to fall into the wrong hands, I mean, we can store it in our magical vaults here.
It'd probably
If you
be
wish.
better being used on the front lines than,
I would imagine so. I mean,
yeah.
we are dealing with... I mean, I know Miss Fiela is also of draconic in nature, but we are dealing with a draconic enemy. And most likely more than one, I believe. There may be others not living, shall we say, but there may be other dragons being used in this particular fight.
Alright, I'll hang on to
so-
it for now.
I think it's best in your hands at this point. But in the future, if you wish to destroy such a thing, as I said, a diamond worth 5,000 gold, and an additional 15,000 gold for the services for the destruction.
For now, I'll hang on to it. I'll decide later.
As you wish. Is there anything further?
Nothing more from me.
Nope, I'm also good.
Yeah, but thank you for your time.
Of course.
Does anyone actually want that ring?
Uh,
I know Ali does, but I believe it needs to be attuned.
Yeah, it does.
I
Yeah.
still have the spot for tuning something if no one else does.
It'd probably be a good idea because if I read it right, if I understand it right, you get 3 charges per day,
Mhm.
and it's a lightning bolt.
I can take it if no one else needs it.
It's a good idea. I agree with Sadiq. I mean, if you could lightning bolt the rocks to give them a fright instead of, paralyzing them, they might not have fallen plummeting to their deaths. We may have been able to chat.
I don't know. I think the way it went was worthwhile in the first place.
Oh, yeah.
Can't.
I mean, yeah.
How I see it, if they were dumb enough to go, well, there's a dragon, I'm going to go try to attack that dragon, they deserve to plummet straight into the earth and make, craters.
I see it a little differently. I think that they were large beings who were hungry, and they saw morsels on the back of a dragon. I don't think they were attacking the dragon as such.
Maybe they thought of you as parasites and they were helping me out.
Yes, something to that effect is what I was thinking.
They're dead, we're not. Awesome.
But it's nice of you, Sadiq, to... Yeah.
But,
So I slide the ring over to Fiala.
Okay, so the Ring of Lightning Strike, I think it's called.
Yeah.
I did have these written down, but I erased them when I gave them to you, so I probably shouldn't have done that. But I know Nutty does have the pouch written down. I probably could actually find it in my thing here, because it'll be in my homebrew collection. Because there's a homebrew item. So we had...
That's not sneezing and choking.
No.
Okay,
Pockets.
checking.
It's called pocket sand. So no thief worth its leathers is caught without a pocket full of gritty mixture, finely ground glass and banshee pepper extract. Delivery is simple. When caught in the act of some questionable morality, pocket sand is flung into the face of witnesses, increasing the thief's odds of a clean exit. So it's a contact, so you have to be within 5 feet to deliver it. The target must succeed on a DC 15 con save or become poisoned for 1 hour. The target is blinded for the duration.
Ooh, I like that.
And the antidote is vinegar to wash your eyes out. I don't know if you want to put vinegar in your eyes, because that would sting like shit.
So Head was right. I see, you throw it in their eyes and they go blind. That is
Exactly.
what I said.
That's exactly what Hit
right
said.
at the beginning.
So yes, so you have,
Just saying.
you can equip that if you wish, Trash,
That sounds
because
smart.
Namaris would have given it to you anyway.
Yeah, I've got it.
And so essentially it is a pouch of pocket sand, so it doesn't say how many uses it's got, so I'm going to give you, it's going to have 10 applications, so 10 uses. So just make a note of that it has 10 uses. And I think Sadiq had some potions as well, which he had identified, which I told you guys about. So
Yeah, no, Ellie's got them.
okay, so
I
Ellie had
identified
those.
them and give them straight back to Ellie.
That's right.
I've got what now?
There was some potions. There was the
A couple of good ones, if I remember.
potion
right.
of there was the potion of arcane recovery, and there was 2 of those.
Hang on. Let me get my list up. Okay, 2. Recovery, was it?
Yeah, potion of arcane recovery. So basically, when drank by an arcane spellcaster, they regain the spell slots with combined total level that is less than or equal to D4 plus 2. Due to the volatile nature of the potion, however, the body will temporarily develop a mild resistance to it immediately. After this potion is drunk, the drinker cannot benefit from another potion for 2 days, so 2 long rests.
Wow.
But you
next
have
one.
the potential to regain 6 spell slots with it. The other one was, I believe, when I find it, I can't remember what it was. that one. Nope, that wasn't that one. Maybe it was just, there was two of those. Oh, was it Alchemist Fire? No, different campaign.
That was people got that one.
Yep, that was a different campaign altogether. Actually, it might have been just the two, from memory.
There was 3.
Can't remember what the other one was.
There was, if I remember right, there was 3 because I rolled.
Yeah, one was yellow, wasn't it? One was yellow, it was 2 blue. One was yellow and had a yellowy, silvery thing to it. Maybe that was a... It might have been a Potion of Resurrection. Maybe. Ring of Lightning Strike. Flying Eye. Can't remember. I have to go back. I might have to go back through my notes.
It'll be in the VOD.
Yeah, there was definitely a third one, and I just at this point am not 100% sure what it was. Oh, or was it this one? Angel's Tear.
That's it.
That's it. It was Angel's Tear. So that's in D&D Beyond as well. So the tear glows bright white lights. When drunk, this tear outside of combat, you gain the benefits of a long rest. If you drink while fighting, you instead gain the effects of heroism, which is a spell, which makes you immune to being frightened and gains temporary hit points, each equal to your spellcasting ability, and haste for 1 minute. That's what it was. So, you now have all those items with you and are able to use them. You are bid farewell by Arwen, and he carries on about his business. So, you guys are now outside the Arcanist pod room, reasonably close to the market district where you know the tailor would be, if that is your next port of call.
Yeah, you guys, I'm gonna go see if the tailor can make us some tabards. Is that cool?
Sounds good to me, I suppose.
Is there anything you guys want, or do you want to tag along?
The tabard. Just remember black and red.
Yeah.
Black and yellow. No? Okay.
I guess I'll take along.
Excellent. It would be good to have your company.
Aha.
Well, I guess we should really all go there so that they can get our measurements.
Probably a good idea, because you are all
Yeah,
different
it's
sizes.
Following along.
So,
Maybe should we use the raise hand when he freezes and then put our hands down when he comes back?
I could probably do that so he knows.
As a, as you know, just so you know, since you're all coming along now, I was gonna make you each a different one for fun, but since you're gonna be there, that fun would be over. I was gonna make Sadiq a pink one, Ellie a brown one. Yudri, I wasn't gonna do anything bad to you, because, that would be like suicide.
You're not bullied in this relationship, I mean, I have a sense of humor.
I know.
Sometimes.
What relationship? You guys are in a relationship.
Oh boy.
It's okay, Yudri. That's why I joke with you. It's because I know you have a sense of humor, you see. That was a joke.
If you like, I can go to I need to go to the bookstore. And
Oh, I like books.
yeah.
They taste really good.
Huh?
That was also a joke.
Oh. Ha ha ha.
So,
Alright, to the tailor.
as you're walking to the tailors having this conversation, you find the tailors without too many hassles. Small storefront. As you walk in, there's a whole array of different garments hanging from hangers around the outsides of the store. There is a human female. She has long, dark brown hair tied back in a sort of a messy ponytail. She's wearing a apron that's got a whole bunch of pins and bits and pieces on one side, and she seems to be rummaging through a set of folded, looks like maybe linen shirts or something. As you guys enter, she goes, "Oh, good morning. I'll be right with you. Just one moment."
Okay,
she puts
thank you,
things.
Joyce. We'll wait here.
She puts the sort of things aside, just turns around and sort of straightens herself up and says, "Oh, good morning. What can I help you with this morning?" "Ah, the Lions of Voland. I recognise you from the other day, the tower. Welcome back. Welcome to my shop."
That's us. Do you want an autograph? We can sign something for you.
"Oh, no. What can I help you with today?"
Well, you see, the 6 of us, well, I mean, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 5 of us, there's only 4 here today, so 1, 2, 3, 4, plus 1 that's missing of us.
I'm back.
Fuck. So we are after a tabard of some description. The five of us.
A tabard, you say? With what sort of coloration and insignia are we looking for? I've made some for the Dragon Scale Militia. You probably noticed them running around town.
We don't want to match them.
Well, of course.
Like this tattoo.
Oh, the lion's head from the guild, of course. And which colours were you wanting for these tabards?
Oh, it has to be black on red.
Black on red. So the insignia in black on a red background, maybe a black border as well.
Oh yes, a black border would look good. And just how quick can you make these? Is the question.
Well, the red fabric it would take me maybe a day to dye the fabric, and a day to sew with the embroidery, and so a couple of days.
Are there any other tailors around?
No, I'm the only tailor in town, and the finest at that.
Oh, I wasn't disputing that. I was meaning so you could get help, maybe to hasten it up.
Are you in a rush?
I'm always in a rush.
Well, it will take 2 days if you want it done properly.
Okay.
We're not planning on going. In 4 days' time is Ellie's birthday.
Oh, Allie, did you want a nice dress or something I can get you for your birthday?
Oh, we've got some lovely dresses. And she says, if you look over here,
You're becoming a woman.
there's some lovely dresses here.
No
dress.
No dresses. No.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, you would look lovely in this.
Especially
You would look
because
lovely in this red evening gown, and she brings down a nice
Oh, that's
No.
off the shoulder red evening gown.
How much is that?
This
No
is
dresses.
it's one of my finest I've made.
He pulls out his lute and sings, "Lady in Red."
She says, "You say it's for her birthday."
Yes, she's
Well,
18. She'll be 18.
For such a special occasion, I can offer a special deal. 18th birthday. Normally this would go for about 100 gold, but it's the finest silk from the south of the realms. For you and for the birthday girl, 50 gold, 50%.
50 gold. That's. Oh, Allie.
No.
Oh, and with your
No.
beautiful dark hair.
Let's do it. We'll all chip in.
Yeah.
Do you
Good
know
idea.
we need to get her shoes so to match. You can't just wear those boots. Yeah.
What's wrong with these boots? These boots are
Well, if you
fashionable.
visit,
They're
if you
They
visit,
don't match the dress.
if you visit Thomas the cobbler, he's only a few doors down. I'm sure he would be able to. He may even have some shoes that would match. He's a very fine cobbler indeed.
I'm laying it down. 50 gold.
50 gold.
Yeah.
Put down on your notes. You now have a fine silk evening gown off the shoulder.
That's
and
my
it
birthday
looks-
gift to you.
It looks like it would fit Ellie quite well indeed. The sizing looks pretty close.
Right, so back to these tabards. What's it gonna cost us?
You say 5 you need? Would yours be the largest then, I would assume?
I think, yeah, me and Sadiq are probably swimming in the same sort of sheets.
And your 5th, roughly what size would you say your 5th member would be?
In between me and Het, I'd say.
Physically, Namaris would probably match you, Sadiq, through the shoulder, definitely. She's 6 foot, she's just over 6 feet tall. But she's a little thinner than what she was previously, but she would come close to matching Sadiq in physical size. Not at the moment, but before she definitely would have. Am I distorting again?
You sounded a little to me.
Yeah,
okay.
I didn't quite get all of that.
Yeah, just repeat
The
the last.
hell is going on?
You're not running RTX again, are you?
I always run it. But what I can do is switch it off on here.
Yeah, it's like tin can, normal, tin can.
Yeah, that's what I was getting. I thought it was just me because of my crappy, internet.
Give me 1 second, guys. Technological issues, guys. Technological issues.
Now it's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, now it sounds great.
We'll just go back to that. Now it should not be having any problems at all.
So yeah, sorry. What was? I didn't get the cost.
So with the 5 of them, 15 gold a piece with the red fabric. The red dye is rather expensive.
Okay.
So that would be what 75 gold for 5.
No problemo. Now, if you rest of you lions don't mind, I need to talk to Joyce here alone for a moment. Is that okay? Just give me 5 minutes.
Okay.
Secret birthday stuff.
Okay, come on, Allie. Let's look for shoes. Come on.
Alright.
Cobbler.
So now you've got all the measurements, Joyce.
Yes,
But,
of course.
It starts us up after they're all gone, obviously. On the back of Allie's tabard.
Poor hit. Hopefully, guys will have this technological hitch fixed sometime soon.
On the back of Allie's tabard.
On the back of Ella's tabard, yes.
Yeah, on the back of Allie's tabard. Like a target, like arrows you would shoot at. So,
Are you sure?
yes, except I don't want it obvious. When she picks it up to look at it, she can't be able to see it. She'll put it on and it looks like it has 2 symbols, right? And then as she's walking, the back will flap open and it will have this big target on it.
I'll tell you what. What I'll do is I'll build in this flap and target, which will be temporarily sewn in, so it will actually open after maybe an hour of wearing.
Well, I could put a prestidigitation just to pull it open.
That could work as well. It'd be just a fine thread, so that would make it easy for you to do so.
That's that.
That
thing.
will
Now
cost
you're
you an
onto
extra
it.
5 gold, however. So 80 gold totals.
I'll tell you what, I'll give you 100 because you're being so nice.
Well, I appreciate that, and you are being very nice as well. I will try and to get that as quickly as possible. We cannot rush perfection, however.
Oh no, I do appreciate that. I actually thought we were under more time constrictions, but it seems we are not. But yes, just on Allie's one, that target.
Of course.
Just on her measurements, yes.
I will make it so.
Excellent. Okie dokie.
And
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your patronage. And you leave. A couple of doors down, Alessandros and Fiala, you find the cobbler. And he does, and right in the window, as you walk up, you can see a nice pair of darker red dress style shoes. Looks like they're made out of a type of a suede-ish kind of leather. I mean, they're not. There's no real high heels or something like that in this time. There's sort of more of a flat shoe, but definitely a coloured, more of a dress occasion shoe. Like a noble lady's shoe, more than a thieves' boot.
Allie.
And they would run you about 25 gold for the pair.
So this dress is red, yes? Silky
Yes,
red?
very deep
Right.
red.
Those would match perfect. Do you like those? You can sell them back after the party if you want.
I'm not saying any more. Nothing.
All right, I'm gonna
No.
go get them. So, you wait here. I'll go get them, and I just purchase them. Then, yeah. You're gonna love it, Allie.
Mm-hmm. Yep, sure. Okay.
So, is your shopping complete for the day?
I think so. Yes.
Yeah, I think I'm done.
As you head back to the guild house, I'm assuming, you run across Damaris, who's out and about as well. She informs you that she is going to spend a few days at the temple, but she will be there at Ellie's birthday. She wouldn't miss that for the world. But she's spending some time with the monks of the temple, just clearing through some muddle in her mind about what's going on, and her time in captivity has messed with her a little bit. So she wishes just to spend some time at the temple to pray to Helm and find some guidance, and maybe, hopefully, she might get some insight into where Thorfinn may be hiding, or whether he's been taken or not. But she's just doesn't want you guys to worry about her. She's quite happy. She just wants to try and focus her mind a little bit. Things have been very scattered of recent days. But she will definitely be there for Allie's birthday. She wouldn't miss it for the world. And she spies the dress that you were carrying and the shoes, and she goes all girly over it. And is that for Ellie? That's
Yes.
so cute.
I know.
You're
love
gonna
it.
look so good in that, Ellie.
She gonna give all the boys a sneak attack. Oh.
No one's gonna see her coming. No one's even gonna recognize her in that.
I know. I can't wait.
But if you will excuse me, I really must head back to the temple and continue with my prayers. But I will be there. Don't drink too much without me. I will definitely be there. And I intend on drinking you under the table, Alessandros. You will not beat me like you did last time.
I did.
She winks at you and walks away.
So, Sadiq, Yildri Ali, if you don't mind, I have another small errand to run.
Oh, okay.
Unless there was something you wanted from me.
No, I think so.
Excellent.
I'm gonna head back to the guild house.
Okay, I will meet you there later on.
Alrighty.
Maybe we should, grab tea or something.
Sure, if you like. I gotta go. Bye.
She's acting weird, guys. And, bye then, Ellie.
I'm going back to the guild house. I don't like this anymore.
Alright, Sadiq, I'll catch you later, too.
Yeah, I'm going back to the guild house with Ellie.
Right. So the three of you head back to the guild house to do whatever it is you're going to do there. We will follow Het for the time being, as Het has another errand to run.
Het is looking for a medical practitioner.
A medical practitioner. Okay, so Het, there's not really doctors per se. Imagine, like plague days, the old plague doctors. You got
Yes.
maybe 2 or 3 of them around the city proper that kind of almost like traveling salesmen more than anything else. They got a cart with like tonics and stuff on, but they're all wearing the dark robes with the big brim hat and the plague doctor's masks, the goggly eyes and the big beaks. Not really hard to miss, but it'll take you probably about an hour or so before you'd sort of find one.
Cool. As Head finds one, he says, "Excuse me, I have an extremely important question to ask. Do you have good knowledge on the ins and outs of, physiology, the way people and things and creatures are made up?"
Yes. What do you want to know?
What's your knowledge on dragons or dragonborn and the like?
Oh, dragons not so much, but dragonborn are not dissimilar to humans in their physiology. Heart, lungs, liver, and such. What specifically are you wanting to know?
Well, I'm looking for some solves on some symptoms. So, mood swings, change of mind, acting weird, steaming in the morning, that sort of thing.
I'm a bit of a loss. Are you talking about a human or a dragon?
Well, kind of both. Well, the thing is, I'm thinking that she's like either pregnant or about to have a baby or something. But I just need some confirmation. Maybe is there some books I can hit?
The Arcanus would be the best place for books on dragon anatomy specifically.
Sorry, your mask is a bit, the whose anus?
The Arcanus.
Oh, right. I was gonna say I never touched there. That would never make babies in the first place.
No, it would not. But if you're looking for dragon physiology, the Arcanus that's where all the knowledge in the realms is kept. I deal mainly with humanoid, occasional dragonborn.
So, humanoid. So do humans who lay eggs, do they go through the same sort of phases? Do they get like mood swingy and steamy in the morning and...
It's the steamy in the morning that is throwing me. I've not heard of steamy in the morning. I mean, some humanoid women do become hormonal during gestation period, but I've never heard of the egg-laying races having such things.
Okay. Maybe the books... I'll head to the Arcanus. Nice mask, by the way. It's pretty cool. Where can I get one of those?
You can have them made, I guess, if you wish. I don't know that you would find one that would fit the shape of your... Well, mind you, you have a long snout. It would probably fit inside.
Yes. I guess what... Yeah, I'll look into that.
Okay.
It's still pretty cool, though.
Thank you. Is there anything else? Does anything else ailing you? We have some tonics and herbs that might help.
Tonics, eh? Have you got something? Yes. Yes, actually. I have a friend who's always got, constipation. Have you got something that will give them, make their poops come out easier?
One moment, and he starts rummaging through the cart and comes up with a clear liquid, a small vial. This should help regulate your friend. Just a couple of drops in liquid once a day should suffice to help loosen the bowel somewhat. Don't use too much, however. I mean, it could... what is the term? Explosive diarrhea if you use too much.
Excellent. Yes, Allie will love this. Thank you. This will help her stomach problem a lot. I appreciate that.
No, that would be 50 silver pieces, please.
Oh, no, this is worth gold, I'm telling you. This 1 gold, here you go.
Well, thank you. I hope your friend is feeling better afterwards.
Oh, yes. Well, she was eating just rock meat, and it didn't agree with her. It bogged her right up.
I would imagine so.
All right, off to the Arcanus I go.
Good day.
Fast forward, Hit will just study books on dragon physiology and how dragons lay eggs and all that kind of stuff.
And you'll find out the information that whatever you're thinking is you have no idea that there's no mention of steaming under doors or steaming in the morning, mood swings or anything like that with dragon physiology.
You can't tell, but I'm grinning from ear to ear under the mask.
I can imagine. You guys can't tell, because I'm grinning ear to ear and behind this facade. I'm just about wetting myself. It is great.
So good. Right, next.
So with that, you before Het comes back to the guild house, you guys return to the guild house on your own. Is there anything you guys wish to achieve before Het returns? Because he's going to be gone for quite some time reading books. About dragons and how they lay eggs.
I'm going up to my room, sharpen my blades.
Okay. So Ellie locks herself away and hides in her room, sharpening her rapiers. Sadiq, what are you up to?
I'll just, probably go up, dick around with my alchemy set.
Okay. Anything you wish to craft, or just general
just
stuff?
Play with different concoctions.
Okay.
Try to come up with something crazy.
Okay. I gotta make you roll this. Roll a dexterity check, not a save, just a check. I want to see if you fumble any chemicals and
17.
blow yourself to bits. 17? Damn it. I said a DC 15. I should have said it higher. You're mucking around and you're not sure if you're going to come up with anything interesting, but you're just playing around with the different chemicals. You think you might have caused a flammable liquid at one point, but it didn't seem to combust too well. But you sort of make note of that particular mixture. Might come in handy a bit later on. Oh Jesus! I gotta show the chat this.
Post it.
I gotta show the chat this.
And Trashy actually did it too.
I know. This is why I want to show. This is why I want to show the chat.
You're excited.
Okay, chat. I'm sorry I had to break character for just one moment because this is gold. Trashy just
Just popped it in the chat for us.
Trashy just created this for Alessandris in her dress.
Why's your... You turned your camera off.
I got so excited I accidentally turned my
That
camera
is awesome, Trashy. So that is Alessandris in her dress, complete with swords on her back.
And a defensive pose, like.
It's like, yeah, I can imagine she's folding her arms, going, "I don't fucking like this." But that is awesome.
She
Awesome.
carries it so well.
She does. So with that, so you carry on doing whatever you're doing and messing around with your chemicals. Fiela, you are by yourself. Do you go back to your room as well?
Would it there? I don't want to have to RP or anything, but I would have gone to the bookstore and picked up something for Allie on behalf of Namaris and I had agreed upon, and come back and.
Yeah, there's no need to RP that.
I guess I'd be in my room.
Just be 2 gold, mark 2 gold off for the book.
Okay, 2 gold. All right. I'll just be in my room with the ice.
No worries. So, Het, after some time, you return to the guild house, and everyone has retired to their rooms. So there's a couple of guild members around. What the hell is that? You with your goggles on? Holy shit. Seth's sort of milling around downstairs as well. Gives you a bit of a wave as you come in. But everyone else has retired to their room for the evening. Hello, Het.
Sorry. Say again.
So you have arrived back at the guild house. You're on your own. Everyone else is retired for the evening.
Oh, excellent. Hit looks around the bar. Are there people still up?
There's a few guildies sort of hanging around, not many. Just a few scattered guild members. They sort of come and go. Seth's milling around, cleaning tables and stuff, but there's generally not too many people around at the moment.
Hey, Seth.
Yes, Mr. Hit, how can I help?
I just want to know, what does all my crew drink in the morning when they first come down?
Coffee, normally.
Every one of them gets coffee?
Generally. I mean, Sadiq sometimes has mead for breakfast, but mostly coffee.
Okay, good to know. Tomorrow morning I want all the coffees on me. Oh, I know, we're not paying for them, but put them on a tray and give them to me and I will dish them out.
So you want me to bring them to your room, or wait till you come down, or
wait till I get down and I will bring them out.
All right, okay, sure, no problem.
Good, that's all I ask.
Okay. Good night, Mr. Hit.
Excellent. Make sure that you don't feed them coffees before I come down. Wake me up first if you have to.
I can do that. I can wake you early if that helps.
Yes, wake me up before you go.
Okay.
Lost on you. Never mind. I'll see you in the morning.
Good night,
Hit. And Hit goes...
Seth was confused. He had a really confused look on his face.
As Hit passes Yildri's door, he stops and just listens.
Roll a perception check.
I was so worried he's going to use the eye.
18.
What does Hit hear as he's listening at the door? That's a pretty good perception check.
Singing. Softly singing.
So you hear Ildri softly singing. Any particular song or any like a ballad or
probably like a draconic
nursery rhyme
ballad
type thing, or
yeah,
so
probably like a draconic song.
So more of a ballad in draconic.
Okay. Hit carries on to his room. Once he gets to his room, he pulls out Scully. And he says, all right, Scully, it's me and you. And he concentrates really hard on Thorfey. And he scries on Thorfey.
So, as your vision, as you concentrate on Thorfey, what he looks like, his long silvering hair, his elven features, the long flowing robes that you're used to seeing him in, your vision suddenly lifts almost from your mind's eye. It goes black and then it lifts into the clouds above very quickly, like time lapse almost. So it almost throws you, lifts your stomach into your throat for a second, and then you see your vision rushing through the clouds, and then it goes an arcane blue, arcane purple. Then it descends almost as fast. And when you come into focus, you see a campfire. It's not burning brightly, but it's burning. You see what looks to be a small cooking pot of some sort. You see hands feeding bits and pieces, meat, vegetables, some is feeding it into a pot. As your focus is Thorfey himself, your vision then shifts and turns around and looking from the opposite side, and you're now looking into the face of one Thorfey Talise. He is not dirty but not clean. He looks like he's been travelling. He's wearing a dark cloak. His hood is up, covering the bulk of his. It's coming down low over his face, but you can tell it's him. He's kneeling in front of this fire, cooking whatever a meal. It looks like it's evening. It's not quite. It's afternoon where you are. So he's either not on this plane or somewhere where the time zones are different. But it is evening wherever he is. You're not 100% sure. Unfortunately, the scrying spell does not allow you to see much outside of your focus. He seems to be somewhat in a forested area. You see grass around where he's kneeling. It looks like just out of focus of the scry spell, maybe trees in the background. And as at that moment, he looks up and looks directly at you. And says, "And who is spying on the great Thorfey? I wonder."
Now, Hit doesn't really understand this magic. It's not one of his own spells, so he goes, "Oh, Thorfey, it's me, Hit."
And he doesn't respond directly. And he says, "I wonder if this is an enemy or a friend." And then he reaches up and clicks his finger, and in an instant the scry is finished.
Okie dokie. Hit sits on his bed, contemplating what he just saw. He thinks about messaging Namaris, but then realizes he doesn't really have much to tell. So he will leave it till tomorrow.
Yeah, roll an intelligence check for me. Intelligence or history? I'll leave it up to you.
Okay, that's a 11.
11? You, with what you could see surrounding him, even though it wasn't very clear, you're not 100% sure if it's this plane or not. But the fact that it was dark, it was nearing dark, you are almost certain that it's not on this plane of existence. You do know from talks with your father about his travels and things like that, that time differs in some planes, the Feywild especially. Time moves differently, and memory is sometimes an issue on returning from the Feywild. The Shadowfell is also in a differences in time in the Shadowfell, the way time passes also. But apart from that, you still are not sure whether he is in either of those planes or in that plane at all. He could be just far south in the material plane, where time is out of sync by a few hours, but it's just really, really hard to tell.
Okay.
But from the interaction, you know that he's obviously able to sense when he's being scried upon, and he has the ability to dispel it as well.
Cool. And that is Hit. He
That is
is
Hit.
happy to go to sleep.
And that is Hit, and he returns to his chamber. The night goes without incident. You all sleep well. You have no problems. You wake in the morning. Seth knocks softly at your door, Hit, first thing in the morning, with a tray of coffee for the four of you, knowing that Maris is not here, and just knocks softly on your door, waits until you answer. Coffee for you guys. Just holds it out to you on a tray.
Hit takes the tray and says, "Thank you." And I freeze.
And you're back.
Hit says, "Thank you. Just hold there a second."
And he turns around into his room, closes the door, and he looks at the vial. Now, the guy said a few drops, so he's going to put about half the vial into Ellie's cup and tuck it away. And then he's going to open the door, keeping Ellie's cup to his left side at the closest to him, and he says, "Okay, this is on you. This cup has to be Ellie's.
Okay? No one else. If it doesn't go to Ellie, things will be bad.
Okay, so I'm
For
going to
you.
roll intelligence for Seth to see if he can remember which cup is which.
Yeah.
Okay. He takes the tray and he says, okay, that cup is for Ellie. Right, sure.
Yes. Mark it with a pen if you have to.
He gives you your
I
cup.
will. Thank you. Great. Appreciate it. This is going to be awesome.
So you want, because they're all still in their rooms, you want me to deliver it to their room?
Yes,
Or-
and tell them it was from me.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is not your fault if anything goes wrong. But if you get Allie's cup wrong, then it is your fault.
Right. Okay. I'll see you later. And he just walks down. He knocks on your door, Sadiq. Sadiq, coffee, courtesy of Hit.
I think I'll go with mead today.
Shit. Okay. I'll see you downstairs. So he puts one cup aside, and he walks down the door, down the doors, knocks on Fiola's door. Miss Fiola, coffee, courtesy of Master Hit.
I crack open the door and there's a hand and I grab the coffee. Thank you.
And he sort of stands like, okay, and knocks on your door, Alessandros. Miss Ellie, coffee,
Oh, what?
coffee,
Oh.
coffee,
Oh.
coffee, coffee for
okay.
you.
Thank you.
And he gives you the cup and then carries on. Goes downstairs, grabs a cup of mead, brings it back up to you, Sadiq. And knocks on your door and gives you a cup of mead.
Take the mead.
By the way, DM, Hit never drinks coffee. He just tips it.
I kind of figured.
It's horrid.
But he made you a cup anyway.
Yeah. I should
Um,
have mentioned that to him, but he did not.
so, as you all drink your fluids for the morning,
Hey, I didn't say I was drinking. I was still tired. I'm going back to bed.
you will eventually drink it, because Ellie does drink coffee almost every morning, and you don't know what's in it, so I'd say you would drink it.
I've gone back to bed. It's gone cold.
You'll still drink it, because you don't know what's happening. Come on, Trash, play the game.
All right. All right.
Play the game, sir, play the game.
Ah, the practical jokes.
I mean, you don't even know if you got that cup yet. I didn't tell you what I rolled, so
Okay.
this could be very bad for someone.
All
So,
right, yeah, I drink it.
you guys drink your liquids for the morning, and it's pretty good coffee. It's probably not the worst coffee that Seth made. Sadiq drinks his mead. You all make your way downstairs for the morning. And the morning is yours to do whatever you wish. You have nothing really pending at this point. You know you've got a birthday coming up. Alessandros, I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw for me. Seth did not mess up this cup. He rolled 15 on his intelligence check.
19.
Pretty good, pretty good. Your gut starts to rumble, like your stomach. You sort of get that gurgling feeling, and a bit of a stomach pain. Like it's like, ooh, that's not good. But it seems to pass relatively quickly, also. Luckily for you, it does not seem to have the effect that Het was hoping.
So, Allie, what's for breakfast this morning?
Ooh, probably some bacon, eggs, some toast. Yeah,
Oh,
that
that
sounds like.
sounds-
Yeah.
It's good.
Seth sort of standing there going, what is toast? I've never heard of this toast.
It's bread
Right.
cooked.
Cooked
grill.
bread?
On the fire. Make it.
Interesting.
Well, it's
Bread that's been sliced, then cooked on both sides.
Ah. I shall give that a go. one moment. And he toddles off and comes back with the blackest toast you've ever seen in your life. He's grilled it all right. It is charcoal. You can see he's tried to scrape off some of the charcoal with a sharp knife to really no success at all. There is other bits of bread, uncooked bread there as well, but he's brought out these big, thick, like the inch thick slices of the bread, because the bread they make is in big round loaves. So he's just cut off these big, thick slices, and he's just obviously just chucked it on the grill over the open fire, and has burnt them to a cinder. But the eggs and the bacon look great. He's brought out some raw selection of pork and deer meat for Het. But the toast didn't really work out so well.
Question: you guys haven't got problems with D&D Beyond, do you?
Not as far as I know.
Okay, because mine's not working.
Nope.
It died on me. Awesome.
Download the app on your phone too, dude. There is a app which you can actually work offline for a lot of that sort of stuff if you have issues with, because they do have maintenance on their websites and shit from time to time. There is a D&D player app on the App Store, which is really good. It is called DDB Player. There's a giant B as a thing. So for those of you at home, if you are using D&D Beyond and you do have issues from time to time accessing it, the app allows you to work offline with a lot of things. It doesn't give you a whole lot of spell details and bits and pieces for some things, but for the bulk of it, it's pretty good. And it does help if you're having issues with the website, which we do from time to time. With that, breakfast goes relatively well. I think you guys avoid the charred bits of bread, which are probably now solid as hell.
I grab the bread, pull out the dagger, scrape a couple of layers of the charcoal off.
Yeah, you probably scrape off like half an inch of burnt bread to come down to relatively.
Bacon, the egg, mung into it.
It still tastes a bit charred, but it's serviceable. I mean, you know what toast is like when you burn it. Even if you scrape most of it off, it still tastes a bit charred around the edges. But
same thing.
I had.
Sheila has Ring of the Goat, so she's just like. Crunch,
have you still
crunch.
got that? Awesome! It tastes brilliant.
Who was it?
Good
we're
job, Jeff.
almost done anyway, Trash. So I wouldn't worry about it too much.
It wasn't Namara's. It was Inari's coffee that almost killed everyone.
Yes,
That's right. It
yes.
was too. In fact, we will call the episode at breakfast. And when Nutty returns next week, I think we will maybe jump ahead a few days to the day of one Alessandros' birthday party. So we'll call it there this evening. We're pretty close to it. We're at 10 minutes out anyway. So cheers, chat, for hanging out with us this evening. Appreciate it very, very much. Cheers for the players, as usual, for the innuendo throughout. I got a couple of good clips, so hopefully we might see a few of those up on Twitter and Facebook sometime during the week.
Knowing Drax, he was probably being clipping away.
I've got a clip button on my stream deck now, so I can just press it and it clips the last minute, which is good.
I've got the app and I can't even get into that.
They may be down for maintenance, who knows. But anywho, cheers, chat, for hanging out with us this evening. Always a pleasure. Cheers for the raid from Deathvale. Always a pleasure to see Mr. Death in the chat. And Magic, Lady Litany, Blue Jay. Always a pleasure to have you guys here. And Mr. Drax hanging out as well. I know you're probably getting ready to head out for bed. Before we go, however, we'll do our usual round robin. Go around and pick out some interesting moments from tonight's episode. Trashman, we'll start with you. Miss Alessandris, a moment from you this evening, sir. It can
The
be...
almost falling to death part.
I was just going to say, it could either be a you moment or a someone else moment, but...
and yeah, me not wanting the damn dress.
I think you got no choice in that matter. I think you're going to get forced into that dress whether you want it or not. You're going to have a barbarian and a dragon telling you to wear a dress. So I don't think you're going to turn it down.
Wear the dress.
With that, Sadiq, a moment from you.
Laxatives, dress, the back targeting.
I forgot about that. Yeah,
yeah, just an interesting one,
to say the least. And Michelle Yildry.
Head had a lot of song references tonight.
He did.
Gosh, I can't remember. Wake Me Up Before You Go Go was one, and a couple more, and that was pretty good. And I like the aerial combat idea.
Yeah, it was kind of screwed by a paralyzing breath, but while I was struggling to come up with interesting things to show you guys, I thought, how about a pair of breeding rocks? You happen to fly into their breeding ground, and it's like they weren't happy about it. And then, of course, the dragon comes out with a paralyzing breath. I mean, I was expecting like ice breath and so a bit of a combat back and forth, but no, we got to paralyze them and send them to their death. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
I think it was great though. I mean, as much as it annoyed the shit out of me, it was great.
Yeah, there was a lot of good points.
Quickest combat ever.
It was one of the quickest combats you guys have had this entire game. It's been great. And Baz, aka Mr. Hit.
Yeah, much the same. The dragon dive roll, everything that sort of went on there was pretty good. The rocks dying so quickly. Now I'm in the same boat. I thought, yep, she's a white silver dragon. Must be like a frost breath or a cone of cold.
I forgot about the paralyzing breath.
That's paralyzing. And the comment that Michelle made, give all the boys a sneak attack. I thought that was fucking awesome.
That was
great.
Was
a real cool
It
line.
was. But yeah, I mean, for me tonight it was, the rock combat encounter. Just not expecting the paralyzing breath and having them both fail. You often forget how high a dragon's spell DCs and stuff are. I mean, 24 is massive, and the rocks they had a constitution of 6 plus 6, so it was reasonable saves. But both of them, I mean, 21 it was a fail, and I think the other was like an 18 or something. So. But yeah, when it's like, okay, they're plummeting 2,000 feet. Yeah, they're going to fall that in a minute, easily. 10 feet per 6 seconds. So yeah, they'd be in 60 seconds. They're going to just plummet, and yeah, it was crazy. So well done on that. In general, that combat itself, regardless of how long or short it went, and it still was interesting combat to throw at you guys, and obviously dragons prevailed. Which will give you guys an idea of what you could be facing in the months to come.
I know what it gives us. It gives us 2 rocks of experience. That's what it gives us.
Obviously the whole birthday shenanigans, I think it has been amazing since the time it started. I don't think I never expected the whole birthday party thing to be a thing. Until I thought, we'll make rolls, and the rolls turned out that yes, she has a birthday coming up. Yes, it happens to be on the full moon. It happens to be in about 8 days' time. And you guys all decide you're going to throw a party, which I think is freaking awesome. The red dress, the target on the back of the tabard, I thought was hilarious. And the laxative idea, although it didn't quite pan out, the roll was good, but Het still has half a vial of laxative. So there we could see a bit more laxatives added somewhere.
The plague doctor said in about an hour after they drink it. So yeah.
It's still time.
Is this because I pranked you that night at camp.
Could be.
I said it'll be a long time coming. You won't see it.
And Hitter's right. That was the first rumbling, Alessandra. So, in fact, I have I'm making a note here that you have 2 more saves to make.
Yeah, because a couple drops, and he put in half the. Oof.
That's what I mean. He's
If I don't
I've
see
given-
anything next hour, I'm putting in more.
I've given you the first save, which is a standard roll. Unfortunately, your next 2 saves will be at disadvantage
Oh yeah.
because of how much you used. But I had made note of that, so hopefully we'll address that at the next session before we do a little bit of a time jump.
Apparently, Ellie's going to be wearing the brown pants.
She may need
Funny
the brown
because
pants.
I was fucking headed for that. That's exactly what that was an 8 off that whole time. You're onto it.
Ellie, dad joke, right as we finish. Good timing. A Termite walks into a bar and asks, "Is the bartender here?"
It's as bad as heat.
So on that note, I think we're going to end our session there, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Oh, come on, it wasn't that bad.
God.
Oh, come on, it wasn't that bad.
Actually, yeah, we can.
So, Dreaded Gems on. We're going to see. We're check the D&D. The D&D. Let's see who else is streaming. So we got. God, they've been going for 12 hours. Holy crap.
That's a long time.
That's a
of
long
D&D.
time of D&D.
They always seem to do really long.
Yeah, take 20 D&D.
Indians.
They're doing. Yeah, they got 12 hours 50, and it's almost 13 hours. We've got. Ooh, actually, not too many on tonight. None that I know anyway. That one, Sunday D&D. They're half hour in. Don't know what they're playing. We've only got 2 viewers. How about we rate them? They've only got 2 viewers. Ryan Griffin.
Oh, I wonder if he's related to Peter.
Possibly.
Hey, great minds.
Hey, Lois. Yeah, I think we give these. They've been running for 32 minutes.
Yeah, I think
Let's rate these guys. Let's show them a bit of D&D.
Yeah,
D&D love.
I think it's attribute points for all of you.
Just reduce that volume there for a second. Move that over there so I can see what I'm doing. Raid. Pop their name in there. Alright, chat. That is it from us from this week. We will see you guys. I'll be back tomorrow, however. Doing some Pew Pew Mondays. Call of Duty Modern Warfare. So if anyone wants to come hang out and shoot some people, tomorrow night's 8 o'clock New Zealand Standard Time. And then Tuesday nights, yeah, we'll see. Might do some Assassin's Creed or something. We'll see how we go. But until then, take care. We will see you all next time. Find the button. Stream in. There it is. Bye.